Hello everyone, my name is Sue, Scrappy Doo Sue. This is my first video. I'm very nervous. It's taken me a lot of time to pluck up the courage. I'm quite new to crafting and junk journaling. I have been practicing on things over the last year at home, including an Alice in Wonderland journal for my eldest daughter Charlotte and a Harry Potter style journal for my other younger daughter Rachel. Both of them in their 30s, by the way. Anyway, I've been practicing on them. So I want to build up my stash. I don't have a lot. Obviously, I've been working on their journals and I haven't really had to worry too much because they're for family. I don't have a shop in Etsy or I don't sell anything anywhere. I literally just set up this YouTube channel and I want to have a go at doing some videos. So I thought I'd take inspiration from Dee Dee Farago. So I do follow Dee Dee. I also like following Tanya at Tatty Treasure, Miss Paint a Lot, Pearl and Button, Janie B, and Shabby Dabby Doodah, to name a few. There are so many lovely people on YouTube crafting, and it's very difficult to keep up with them. I mean, I work full-time for the NHS, so I'm working 8 till 4 every day, and by the time I get home, you know, they have to get dinner on and all sorts. I literally don't have the energy at the moment to come up here and do anything. So I'm going to try and do at least one video a week to start with. I'm not going to put myself under any undue pressure. But I do like the look of this challenge by Dee Dee Farago, and it's called hashtag 2021 TCTC, and I will link the Dee Dee's channel below this. And you'll also be able to see on there all the other people doing this challenge at the moment. So Dee Dee's idea is to make a reference book called A Colossal Tome of Concepts, and she's going to keep it as a sort of a library for all the ephemera she's making, so that she can go back to it and remember really what she's made and how to make it. And I think it's a very good idea to do. Because there are so many different ways of doing things that I've been bamboozled myself. And then when I watch people and I think, oh, I could do that. And then when I sit down and try and do it, it doesn't work out. Anyway, this is episode 1. So Dee Dee's challenge has been inspired by Chantel of Stamping Up Stiletto and Patricia Vellamonte, who apparently is Queen of Pockets. I don't know either of them. I think I will go and have a look on their channels though and see what they're all about. But this is a pocket challenge and there are quite a few episodes. So we're starting off today with episode 1, and we're going to be making this lovely versatile double-sided multi-pocket really. So basically, if you have a book page, you can clip it to the top if you wanted to with a paper clip. I did have a paper clip here. Oh yes, here it is. So say we clipped it to the top of the page here. So you would then have, oh gosh, that's hard. Oh, done it again. Right, so let's show you. So you'd have a pocket here, pocket at the back and a pocket at the front. Now you could glue this down to this page, or you could just glue it on 2 sides so that you'd have either another pocket here or these 2 sides and have one here. You turn the page over and the same principle applies on the other side. So you've got pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket here at the side. And then again, if you wanted to glue just those 2 sides down, you'd have another pocket behind that one, or you could glue those 2 sides down and you'd have another pocket here. It really depends on you, and as I say, it's really going to be versatile. Dee Dee advises not to use cardstock because you don't want the bulk anyway, and cardstock doesn't fold very well. But she's used 12 by 12 papers for hers, as well as some book page like this. My 12 by 12s, and I don't have that many pads, are all really thick cardstock, so I'm not using those. So I decided, because she said you can make these whatever size you want in whatever paper you want, thin paper, so you know, if you've got printed digitals on normal copier paper, you can use that. So I am going to make mine, so put that there. I'm going to use this book page out of an old book I've got, and I'm going to try making one with this book page. Now I've cut this down to a 9 inches tall by 7 inches wide, and this one I have cut some of the white off and tidied it up, so it's literally just under 5 inches wide by 9 inches tall. Dee Dee's were 5 inches wide by 12 inches tall, but as I say, she used 12 by 12 paper pads, thinner ones. Anyway, so let's get started. So you take your page, put it on the side, and you fold the bottom up to the top. I'm just standing mine up because we're waiting to get a new chair in here. This is our spare room, which now triples as a guest room, working from home office, and craft room. My chair does not maneuver up or down, and so it's very low, so I'm at a disadvantage really, but we are trying to get a new one. But would you believe it, with lockdown and everything and everyone working from home, you can't get an office chair for love nor money. So that's what we're doing. So then you take it along here, and because mine's 9 inches, I'm going to go up 5 inches. So I'm going to literally fold this to, I'm just going to go 5 inches up. So no, I'm going to go 6 inches up. So I'm going to do a fold at 6 inches like that, because mine's 9 inches tall. So I don't want to make this side, so you'll see what I mean. So get your bone folder and just burnish that. So then what we want to do is we want to turn it round, take the bottom of this flap, and you're going to make a pocket with it. Now your pockets can be as tall or as short as you want them to be. I'm doing mine, this one, like this, just for a change. Turn that over, and then you're going to make another pocket here. So you're going to fold the bottom up. Again, I've just eyeballed it. You can measure it, and you can have it whatever size you want. So then you've got a piece that looks like this. So then, and as you can see, that edge is a little bit uneven. So although my cutting leaves a lot to be desired, I'd probably make it work. So we're just going to trim that down, and then you're going to get your circle punch. Mine is a 1 inch one. It's the only one I own, so I don't really have any choice. And you're going to, if you want to, that is, and there's no rule to say you have to, make a thumb hole. Now Dee Dee made a thumb hole on here. She made it as high up as possible. I will attempt to make one on this side. I'll just open it out, and I'll go as high as I can and make one there. See, that's worked out okay. Turn it over, and then you're going to make a thumb hole here if you want to. And I'm just eyeballing mine, which is not always a good idea. That again has not folded. That hasn't folded very well. You might want to use your scoreboard for this. I don't know if that makes a huge difference or not, but I find when I fold this up, this doesn't seem to want to meet here, even though the paper is even. And the more I fiddle with it, the worse it gets. So I'm just going to leave it for now. I might just get my guillotine out quickly, and I'm just going to trim that up, I think, quickly. Literally take a slither off, because that really does bug me. I hope that it doesn't do it again. Okay, right. So where were we? So we're doing a thumb hole there, and then we're going to do a thumb hole on this side. And I'm all fingers and thumbs, as you can see. Right, so the next thing that Dee Dee did was to ink up the sides just to define the pockets for the camera, really. But you can do this now, or you can do it afterwards when you go to use it. If you want to keep this in your stash like I'm going to do, then you can do it when you're ready to use it, and you can then decorate it with whatever you want to according to the theme of your project. So if you're making a journal, a folio, a folder, whatever the theme is, you can then decorate it accordingly. So you're going to then take your glue, and I've got still my original bottle of Cosmic Shimmer. I'm going to pull this front flap over, and I'm just going to glue a thin bead of glue up the side if it decides to come out. And I'm just going to give that a press down like so. And then I'm going to pull the whole flap down, and you're just going to do a thin bead of glue down that side, and then down this side, and then you're going to fold that back. Just get my dry wipe, give it a press like so, and there you have your pocket. Turn it over, do the same again. So you're pulling the front flap forward, and you're doing a thin line of glue there like so. Then you're going to pull that flap down, and you're going to run a thin bead of glue down each side up to that fold mark. Excuse my shaky hands, and I don't know whether this looks nice or not. Actually, that glue does not want to glue. I don't even know if the paper likes being glued. Actually, it's peculiar paper. Right, okay, so I'm just going to cap my glue with my pin. I had a beautiful dangle, which was a lovely dream catcher actually, which I've still got somewhere because I'm hoping that my daughter might be able to mend it for me. But the dream catcher and everything that flowed down, I think, was too heavy for it, and it all came apart. So, and I bought it on Etsy, and it was about £8. It wasn't cheap, so I'm really disappointed, but hey ho. So here we have the final result. So here's the book page. So like I said, you can get a paper clip, clip it to the top like that. So you've got a little pocket here, you've got a little pocket here, you've got a pocket at the back, and you've got a pocket at the front. And as I said before, you can glue it down totally on all three sides, or you can just glue those two sides and have an extra little pocket at the back of that front one, or you can glue it on those two sides and have a little tuck in there. But it really depends on the page and where it is. I mean, if your book's like this is your outside page, I would tend to pin it or glue it that side. And then when you turn it over, you've got the bigger pocket this side, and you've got the back pocket, the front pocket, and the side pocket. And then if you glued that side and that side down, you'd have a very nice pocket there at the back of that one. Or if you glued that side and that side, you'd have one there. And that's it. And that's really versatile, and you know, looks a bit crude, but that's probably because I'm such a basic beginner really. Anyway, I quite like it. And you know, this book that I've been destroying really and taking to bits, it's a lovely book actually. It's called The Seasons by Lewis Lawrence. And it's full of all these different coloured pages with beautiful writing in, and it's all poems really, and it's all about the seasons and different poems about Christmas and the evening and snow. And it's lovely, but it did have, or it does have, a few signatures in it. But the peculiar thing is, when you try to take a signature out, you find that on this signature I haven't taken out, but when you get to the last page or so of it, of that signature, it seems to be glued to the next signature, the first page of the next signature, and then you have to kind of tear it really. So it's a bit peculiar. But anyway, that's the book I'm using because I don't have many books that I want to actually take apart at the moment. I'm looking forward to the charity shops opening once more so that I can go and buy a few books, particularly books that I can get book page out like this really. So that's what I've been using. So we'll just do one more quickly. We're going to use this book page, and again I'm going to try and, on my very low seat, try and make sure that that meets. But as Dee Dee says, it doesn't matter too much to tie up to use. So so let's have a look at the size of this down here. So as I said, it's 9. So the first fold I'm going to do, I think I might try 4.5 this time and do, perhaps we'll try it halfway. Let's see what happens if we fold it in half this time, like so. Just burnish down those folds. So then we're going to take this I'm just going to eyeball roughly 1 inch up. So this time I'm going to make it exactly the same. So turn it over and I'm going to do the same again here, roughly, and just give that bit of a burnish with your bone folder. So now we've got one that looks like that. So get a hole punch or circle punch, as I'm used to saying hole punch because I work in an office. So we're going to make a hole punch, a thumb hole. Get it right in a minute there. And we're going to do another one here. It's very difficult actually because this is tiny. And I'm going to make one here, like so. Like so. And I wish I could retire, you know. And then I could do this all day long. I would so love to do that. And I'm you know, been fortunate enough in a way. I know that that's not really the right thing to say. I haven't been on furlough since the lockdown in March because I work in the NHS for the emergency surgery department, secretary in there, and we're extremely busy at the moment, as you can imagine. We have an awful lot of new COVID related cases, and it's all the new variant of COVID. And my consultant who I work for, she's having to actually go and work and be redeployed in the ITU department a few days a week now as part of her shift along with the others, because we're so short staffed. We've got so many patients now that need intense nursing, and we haven't got enough staff. Some staff are off with COVID, some staff are isolating because they're, or shielding us because they've got, you know, underlying health conditions. It's really terrible at the moment actually. I don't think public really know exactly how bad it is. And we're going to glue that first flap down like so. This is much easier to glue, this paper. And then we're going to run a bead of glue there and there. I hope I'm in shot. Take my dry wipe the board, more glue there than there is on the paper. Turn it over. I'm going to glue down the side of the first pocket there, like so. And again, as I say, you can tidy that up when you go to use it. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if it's just me or whether anyone else is experiencing that as well. I think Dee Dee did. Press that down, put that over there, put that pin back in, which is a feat in itself when you're as blind as a bat like me. And there we have it. So this one, we can take a piece of page and we can clip it to the top with our paper clip, and we have a pocket at the back, pocket at the back there, pocket at the front there, a little pocket on the side there. If you want to glue down those two sides, you'd then have another pocket at the back of that one there, so you'd have a pocket there and a pocket there. Turn it over. Again, pocket there, and a pocket there. And if you wanted to glue down two sides, you could have another pocket at the side there, at the back of that one, which I'm a bit cat-handed because I'm right-handed. I'm not very good with my left hand, so like that. Or if you glued those two sides, you'd have your front pocket here, but you'd also have one at the back there. So very versatile indeed. So that's my first video done. I hope that wasn't too much of a shambles and that you enjoyed it, that you can see me. But any comments, criticism, negative or positive, you know, thoughts or comments, all gratefully received, to be honest, because we only can learn from our mistakes, can't we? Anyway, it's been lovely to chat with you. Possibly nobody watched this, but we'll see. Anyway, I will see you again another day for episode 2. Thank you. Bye bye.